Hi, this is Anthony. Welcome back to my show. One of my recent guilty pleasures has been watching the series on YouTube called I Will Teach You to Be Rich. This is a series done by author Ramit Sethi, and despite the kind of scammy title, he does do a pretty good job at helping higher net worth individuals and couples work through their money issues. On occasion, he deviates from being a neutral party and lapses into profanities, which he then apologizes for, but overall, it's an interesting and beneficial series. It's not really something that lower income people who live paycheck to paycheck might get a lot out of, but a couple making $200,000 a year living paycheck to paycheck can probably find practical suggestions from the series. Now, these recorded counseling sessions are interesting, but what it is a funnel to try to induce you to buy his various courses, which seem to have made him quite wealthy. There's some people on the internet who have argued that a lot of his courses are just the well-worn system of getting a lot of people to give you money to tell them how to get rich, and the key is to get them to sell courses on how to get rich. Anyway, if that's what adults want to do with their money in buying courses from him, then fine, I don't care about that. But getting back to his videos on YouTube, the other day I started to watch one and it was going well. And then he starts talking about how small impediments to things can cause us not to do something that we should do. And I totally agree with that. If you have a piece of exercise equipment that's being used to hang laundry on, and you think that maybe you should work out, it's so easy to say, well, I'll do it once I put all the laundry away, and then the laundry never gets put away and you never use the exercise equipment. So I agree with him there. But then he starts talking about voter suppression and small things that can be done to suppress votes, and then launches into conspiracies about Republicans doing this to minorities. Now, obviously he's a Democrat, and so he wants to demonize the opposing party. Republicans do that to Democrats, so there's nothing new there. But he doesn't show any evidence. And even when you look at the evidence, which I have, by the way, I have a bachelor's and master's degree in political science, often the so-called evidence of voter suppression turns out to be things like a voter was walking down the street on the way to a polling station. There was a police car parked on the side of the road a few blocks from the polling station. The person felt uncomfortable walking past an empty parked police car and therefore decided to go home and not vote. That was an actual example that I read years ago when I was studying the subject. You could probably find it on the internet. But I don't want this video to get bogged down into political controversies. I think that the great thing about YouTube is it provides us so much opportunity to present good information that can unify people into doing something beneficial and positive for their lives and or their communities. Let's do a thought experiment. You go into a doctor. They seem to be pretty good. He says everything seems to look good on your physical. Looks like all four of your grandparents lived to their 80s or 90s. You'll probably live that long or longer. And you say, well, that's great to hear, Doc, and it's a good thing that I started putting away money in my 401k when I started working at 18. And the doctor says, oh, what do you put your money into? When you say that you've been dollar cost averaging each month into the S&P 500 for a number of years and are happy with the long-term growth of it. And he says, well, that's great. So here's some paperwork, drop it off when you check out. That seems normal, right? Now, what if instead the doctor said, oh no, you don't want to put your money into equities for the long term. You want to put your money into NFTs and cryptocurrencies. Now, I don't think that your doctor should be an expert in finance, and hopefully he or she is an expert in medicine, though. And if you have a financial planner, they're probably not an expert in medicine. But if your doctor starts going on about central bank conspiracies and why cryptocurrencies are better than fiat currencies, then I think most of my viewers are not going to listen to their doctor concerning that financial advice. But it makes you wonder about their mental and logical capacity for other things. If they're so wrong about finance, do they have some goofy thoughts about medicine that you might not realize? If somebody seems like a good financial planner, yet they're extremely biased when it comes to political analysis, where they see the world as black and white and don't realize the gray in between, should that give you some pause when it comes to the information that they're giving you that seems to be accurate? I think so. And certainly his reply to me was well, pretty indicative of his narrow-mindedness when it comes to understanding things going on in the wider world. It's easy for him to demonize other groups and other people rather than providing even a shred of actual evidence of what he believes is a vast political conspiracy. Anyway, what do you think of Ramit? Have you seen any of his videos? I really am sorry that he's so biased, because I think that a lot of his YouTube programs have some very good quality content that many viewers would benefit from. Okay, I'm going to wrap up now. Please do hit the subscribe button, leave a comment even if you disagree with me, and hopefully you'll click the like button. Hope to see you soon. Thanks.